Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Choma of Choma Stitches, and today we are going to be sewing an undergarment. And to sew this undergarment, I have here a stretchy fabric that is stretchy on both ends, and I'm using the full length to make it, so it's about a length of 60 inches. So let's get straight into drafting out our measurements on the body of the fabric. Okay, so first choose the part of the fabric that is the stretchier part to start for your horizontal measurements. Okay, alright, so I'm going to be inputting my measurement from shoulder to the bust measurement 13 inches, and shoulder to the under bust measurement 16 inches, and then from the shoulder to the hip measurement I'm marking at 13 inches. So use your accurate measurement when you're making this. 9 inches for the shoulder, and then come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slanting. And then to get to your armhole, you divide your bust measurement by 6 and add 1.5. For this, I'm dividing 45 inches by 6, 7.5 plus 1.5 inch, which is 9 inches, and then I come up by 3.5 inches for the curving of the armhole, and then I mark out my 9 inches exactly as where the armhole stops, and then I connect the line. Then I go in by half of an inch and I curve my armhole curve. So I had to use my curved ruler to do this because my hand did not give me exactly what I wanted. Okay, and then from the for the neckline I went in by 4 inches, mark 4 inches, and then from the 4 inches I come in by 3 inches. And so these 3 inches I will have half an inch on both sides to hem both the neckline and the armhole, and then I come down by 7 inches for the front neckline, and for the back neckline I'm probably using at least 2 inches, and so I use my curve to connect it. I also use my armhole curve to curve the armhole and connect it to the initial armhole curve, and now I can use my straight ruler to mark out my 1 inch shoulder slanting. So at this point I'm going to input my other measurements. For the bust measurement, you divide your bust by 4 obviously, and wherever you get, you input it. 45 inches divided by 4 is 11.25 inches, and I input the measurement, but I had to make it 12 inches because the fabric is not as stretchy as it's supposed to be. And for the waist, I divide the waist 39 inches by 4 and I get 9.75 inches, so I put down 10 inches instead of the 9.7 inches. Okay, and then for the hip 48 divided by 4 is 12 inches. Now why I added half an inch to the measurements of the bust and the waist is because the fabric is not as stretchy as I want it to be. Okay, so now I'm going to extend the 12 inches for the hip all the way to the down part of the dress so I can cut it out. When making an undergarment that will not have a zipper, we are supposed to use a very stretchy fabric, but my fabric is not as stretchy as I would want it to be, but I'm going to make it work. And then from the down I had to come up to about 15 inches for the slit, for the side slit. Like I said, the fabric is not as stretchy as I want it to be, so it's going to have a side slit so that the person can walk comfortably in it. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut out this pattern, but first let's pin it all together so that it will not shift. Okay, so that all the measurements will align when I cut it. And I'm going to be sewing this dress with half of an inch sewing allowance. I'm going to use half of an inch to sew it, and then I'm going to use quarter of an inch, like 1/4 of an inch to hem the armhole and hem the neckline as well. Okay, so now that I've cut out the main part of the measurement, I'm going to be using the front piece to cut out the back piece. So I'm going to fold in the fabric and align it properly so I can also place the front piece on it and cut out the back piece. So after cutting out the back piece, while both of them are still together, I am going to go ahead and cut out the back neckline. So for the back neckline, I'm using about 4 inches for the back neckline. I decided to use 4 inches so that the back neckline will not be as low as that of the front, and then I can separate it and cut out the front neckline separately. Okay, and then I cut out the shoulder neckline. Now it's time to start sewing. I'm going to go ahead and hem the armhole with 1/4 of an inch folded twice, and also hem the neckline the same way. Okay, so here look at what we've done. So I've gone ahead to hem the armhole and the necklines for both the front and the back. So what I'm going to do now is join the shoulders and then sew with half of an inch all the way down on both sides, and this is where I want the slit to start. So I'm going to stop sewing here, and I will sew and stop here as well, and this undergarment will be ready. And then I'm going to hem the edges and hem the sides I'm going to be leaving open, and I'll put it on the mannequin and show us. It's going to come out nice. Thanks for staying to the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. Also, come back next week for the sewing tutorial of the corset top you see on the right. Check out the link in the description box for how to sew the peplum top on the left. Bye bye.